Yeah, they can leave the Strait of Hormuz open if they want, and right now there's very little anyone can do to stop them. The reason this matters so much is that Iran is in a very strong position. The geography works in its favor, making the strait extremely difficult to control through military force. If Iran decides to disrupt shipping, the consequences for global energy markets could be massive. From Iran's perspective, there's another question. If your opponents are building up military capabilities aimed directly at you, why would you wait until they're fully prepared? History shows that countries often choose to act before they believe the balance shifts against them. That's part of the logic many analysts believe is shaping Iran's current strategy. Another major issue is that Iran has linked any future nuclear negotiations to broader regional conflicts. Their message is simple. If the fighting involving Israel and Lebanon doesn't end, they see no reason to move forward with nuclear talks. Long versus the stakes, because if diplomacy stalls, tensions in the Strait of Hormuz could become an even bigger source of pressure on the United States and its allies. The deeper problem is that both sides appear to have goals that are almost impossible to reconcile. While Iran wants security guarantees and regional concessions, many leaders in Israel and Washington view Iran's missile program and military influence as the real threat, not just its nuclear ambitions. That leaves very little room for compromise. As a result, the conflict risks becoming what some have called a war to the last missile. Instead of ending quickly, both sides may simply continue fighting until one runs out of resources or political will. That's a dangerous path because every new escalation makes diplomacy harder and increases the chances of a much larger regional conflict. The consequences wouldn't stay confined to the Middle East. A prolonged crisis could send oil prices sharply higher, disrupt global shipping, and create economic pressure around the world. At the same time, the war in Ukraine continues to demand enormous military resources, forcing Western governments to divide their attention between multiple high-risk crises. Whether or not you agree with this assessment, one thing is becoming increasingly clear. The window for a diplomatic solution is getting smaller. If leaders continue choosing escalation over negotiation, the risks won't just affect the countries directly involved, they could reshape global politics, energy markets, and international security for years to come.